Good morning. Back at it. So I want to apologize to Inkvent. Yesterday I cast aspersions and said that it had already done Celestial Skies. I was wrong. They didn't do Celestial Skies. Jacques Arbon did. What mug do I want? Yeah, that one. Like, Celestial Skies is very close. And I didn't see it yesterday. I didn't see it until I pulled out, like, actually, Robert Oster's Fire and Ice to compare for somebody. I was like, oh, this other one, this is really close. Now what tea do I want? Breakfast? Let's see. I have, yeah, there's some breakfast. I am hoping that apart from me faffing around with tea this morning, that I will go faster today. Yesterday was a little scuffed and the video was a little long. And so hopefully today we know what we're doing. I recorded the whole thing in a file format that is too big for my hard drive. I'm hoping that the lossiest conversion will help. If it looks weird and bad, I'm so sorry. And can just get cracking. So I'm gonna put this camera down and get a wiggle on. Yeah? Yeah. I do have a little friend this morning. Hey, buddy. He's having treats. He gets to eat basically anything he wants now. Since he does not eat enough. Any more? Whoop. I mean, if you'll eat all of those, we'll... Yeah, this is what I get for... There we go. More. Yeah. Good morning. It is December 2nd. Welcome and welcome back to Paper, Paint, and Spaceships, and welcome back to Inkvent and Colorvent. This is very exciting, and I'm so happy to be here. Regardless of what time it is, don't worry about it. So, before we get moving on to today's stuff, yesterday we had Celestial Skies and Martian Dust from Inkvent and Colorvent, respectively. I had a couple of folks who said their preferences. If you go look at the comments of the last video, the only comment was that Celestial Skies basically was not Celestial Skies, sorry. Martian Dust is the winner, but I did have I twisted someone else's arm to give me what their favorite was, and they gave me like a Kiss Mary Kill version. And they said that they really liked Celestial Skies because it's sheeny, it's teal, it's shimmery, but they would probably use Martian Dust a lot more, which I agree with that. So they would kiss Celestial Skies, marry Martian Dust, and then they just threw in Noodlers for funsies. So they would kill Noodlers, which I also can't argue with that ranking. So today, let's look at previous Inkvents, and then I will talk about a couple of predictions from friends of mine. So the first one, I'm gonna shove that out of the way for a second. So the first one is the 2019 candy cane. Now, I think this is going to show up on camera pretty red. I'm really struggling to get things color correct without having any natural light at all. So because I'm doing this at like 4:30, that window right there is completely dark. So we're doing the best we can with the lights I have, and I just don't have the right lights to get these color correct. So this is like a really bright pink. Like, I actually really like this pink. It's a little warm, leans a little towards the yellow, just a touch. So that's 2019. And then 2020, we will go back to my Wearing Ghoul. 2021 was Garland. This was a shimmer, so it's got, it's also a teal, but it's very green. Like it's a green teal, like almost an evergreen, with red sheen and blue shimmer. So I don't know if you can see that, but 2022, we can turn the page. Oh no, spoilers. Cashmere Rose was day 2. I really like this one. It's a nice kind of little bit muted pink. Don't pay attention. I don't think that actually has shimmer. I think that shimmer is from Masquerade over here. And let's see, what's the next one? Next one is Wilted Rose. Wow, okay, so this one is a pink day. So far we have had 3 pinks out of 4. Hold on, did I skip any? Let's find out. No, I don't think so. Yes, I did. Yule Log. So this is 2022? 2022. 2022 is Yule Log. I got distracted. Anyways, this is a nice, it's like a really good brown. It's not an offensive brown. It's just a nice, solid, chocolatey brown with bronze shimmer. Like, it's really nice. Then you have Cashmere Rose. Then you have Wilted Rose, which is interesting that they are even named similarly. And then Colorverse last year was Edge of Night, which I think is one of my favorites. Actually, you'll hear me say that about a lot of the Colorvent ones. I think that they nailed it last year. So moving on to this year, we have a couple of predictions. We have a prediction of a Blurple Sheen No Shimmer for Inkvent with a pale peachy orange for Colorvent. We have a brown and orange prediction. I don't think that the color has been assigned to a calendar. And then we have and I quote, golden, yellow, shiny, and strawberry. I think the strawberry was technically a jam prediction because a friend of mine is doing a jam advent calendar. We like our surprise boxes. So let's do Inkvent. If I can remember where I put it. It's right here. We'll put that up there and we'll bring this down here and try and figure out where the thing is. There it is. So let's open it up. Yep. There we go. Oh, guys. My partner went in last night and unwrapped them. Okay. However, I am going to fight with this box. Getting it out the door. There we go. Got it. Okay. Okay. So this is a purple. It looks like it's going to be. It is called Energy. It is a sheen. Sheen no shimmer. Gosh, my friend who did the Blurple Sheen no shimmer also basically nailed those two yesterday. Although she did predict a blue, but it's like a blue teal. Okay, so we're going to, now I saw someone do an Inkvent yesterday who was a little bit confused as to how the blobs worked. So I'm going to try and demonstrate. I do have plastic. I kind of fold it in half and then I turn. I turn and smush with little like dabs of just teeny tiny blobs of color. And I sometimes get ink everywhere because right here, ink. So we will see if that lasts through all of Inkvent. Okay. And now we're going to have fun because now plastic has ink and I'm going to need to use it for Colorvent and I don't want to wash in the middle. Oh man. Okay. 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 So we are going to write energy. So that is Inkvent for December 2nd. We're going to let that dry. And actually, what I may do right now is go ahead and swatch this, give that time to dry, and then go to the Colorvent calendar because yesterday I had made a choice. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, I think that is going to end up with the best results as far as drying is concerned. So I'm going to put this back on. There we go. And bring this back. Woof. Okay. I'm going to stop getting distracted by sheen. Actually, I don't want this back yet. No, go away. Because I need this. I need the box. And unfortunately for my camera view, the box is way down, or the box. The door is way down here. So this is December 2nd. To hold it kind of canted. This is fine. Everything is good. Apollon, god of light and the arts. The golden light he carried held a quiet strength. So I think this was a name for Apollo. When I was in college, we named a rocket that we built Apollonia. Come on. Oh, there we go. So I like Apollo themed names. They're nice. This is going to be interesting. So we're going to try and do this without contamination from energy. No energy contamination. Man, that sheen is interesting. Okay. So we're going to splort, which is what I have it in my notes as, by the way. It is literally splort. Now I think, okay, and smush and smear. All right. Ooh, that's pretty. So far, we have kind of hit the nail on the head. It's not quite blurple, but it is purple. And then golden yellow. I would not call that a pale peachy orange with good shading, but I would say it's got good shading. Brown. Did I just completely? Yeah, I did. Double letters throw me off. Do they throw anybody else off? There we go. If a word has a double letter, my brain says, oh, all consonants in that word must have double letters. That's just, I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. And obviously that's not how it is. So, whew, that is nice. Okay. Now, I'm going to put that up there. Bring this back and make sure this is dry. Yep, looks dry. Ooh. Okay, we're going to have to talk about that sheen. I just keep getting distracted by it. Let's hope my brush is clean. I promise you it's not, but Okay, so that is a little muddy, unfortunately, but that's okay. Get in the remake. It's not diamine. This is fine. This is fine. Ugh. Nothing can be perfect, right? Yeah, that happened. I could blame the fact that it's 4:30 in the morning, but no, I just wasn't paying attention. So with this one, we are going to move it down. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. Put that over to dry and then bring this back. So I'm gonna have to pat dry the energy. I probably should have like some kind of water paper because that you know what I do have? I have a pack of Kleenex. I'm at my studio desk and I don't have something. I don't have. That was smart. Paper towels. I'm paper towelless in my art studio. I'm doing great. I'm making choices, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about this. This sheen on energy is wild. So it is in the writing, it is all sheen. And that's actually like not a super sheeny sheen. Like, hold on, let me stand up so that I can make sure that I get a good, like, it looks in the camera, it looks like really kind of fluorescent yellow. It does not, it's green. It like reads as green. And this is entirely sheen, like just completely. That is really wild. Let's try and get celestial skies out of the frame because it is taking up all the oxygen. Yeah, this is really cool. It's kind of a Halloween-y combination, but I'm not complaining. And then this one, beautiful shading. This is a beautiful shade of gold. I don't like a whole lot of yellows, but this is the kind that I think will write well in a pen. I am not brave enough to ink up every Inkvent ink for reasons which I will leave unspoken. But this is an ink that actually may end up in a pen pretty soon. So that one and Martian Dust. Energy will probably get used eventually, but maybe not immediately. Okay, so that is day 2 of Inkvent and Colorvent. Thank you for coming along with me and seeing a slightly less scuffed, but still scuffed a little video. It's early, you guys. So yeah, sparkle on, dudes, and have a wonderful day. Bye.